We begin with an 8 on Your Side investigation. Did the system fail her? More than a week after Janiya Thomas's body was found in a freezer, we obtained DCF records that show a decade of violence. But if the state knew about Janiya Thomas's history, could they have saved Janiya from her awful fate? That's a big question. 8 on Your Side investigator Mark Douglas has been digging into this case from the very beginning, and there were definitely some red flags along the way. Somebody perhaps should have noticed something.
Yes, indeed. Some that came too late of these red flags and some that investigators simply didn't know about. Now, we're still looking through a peephole with only 26 pages of censored reports to look at, released by DCF yesterday out of hundreds of pages of confidential records involving this family that remain a state secret. But it's enough to start asking this question on behalf of Janiya. Did the system fail her? Janiya Thomas was just a newborn when abuse investigators removed her sister with cerebral palsy from Janiya Thomas's home. That happened after they confirmed she was beaten every day. Back then, investigators described Thomas's home as infested with roaches and rats, with maggots all over the kitchen floor, and kids fed only one meal a day. 11 years and 6 investigations later, relatives found Janiya's body in a family freezer after what her brother said were beatings with a belt and weeks spent locked in the family bathroom.
Clearly, the system failed. This is beyond sickening to any objective person.
Roger Fuderman is a criminal defense lawyer who once represented a girl who set fire to her mother after a lifetime of beatings, burnings, and emotional abuse. We asked Fuderman to review the 26 pages of abuse reports in the Thomas case.
This could have been prevented. It's beyond insanity that these children were not removed from the home.
Janiya Thomas notified the Manatee School District she was homeschooling Janiya 2 years ago, but never filed a progress report. When the district threatened truancy action 17 months later, Thomas insisted Janiya had moved away, and the district took her word for it.
I don't think the public is looking for that type of check mark.
The Manatee Sheriff's Office now tells me its child protection team never knew Janiya was homeschooled, had no reason to ask, and no reason to check on the family after closing a case involving a sibling in June of last year.
How can there not be contact when you have a history going back to 2004 and the level of abuse that was witnessed and complained by the children?
Now, Friday, DCF told me there are hundreds of pages of abuse records involving this family, and as I said, we've only seen 26 of them, so there is still a lot that we do not know about any system failures or whether the system did in fact fail in this case. Now, the Sheriff's Office insists that Janiya's own extended family failed her first. That's what they're telling me today, Keith.
And this is really kind of the role of the media at this point. When we request and we receive all of those records, and you say hundreds of records, and we only have a handful, are we going to see the others? And we're probably going to learn more from it if we can.
Well, we keep pushing on that, and less than an hour ago, DCF told me there will be another release of documents tomorrow. So the peephole will get bigger in this, and we hope will yield truth and light in what actually happened in the weeks, months, and years before this poor child's death.
Thank you, Mark.